Hey guys, good morning. Welcome to the Jeff Bruce. I'm Jeff Bruce, and welcome to Spurgeon's morning devotions. I hope you're having a great day. It's beautiful here in Pennsylvania, and I got a busy day ahead of me. I'm sure you do too. So hopefully this will encourage you and give you a better day. So we're going to get right into it. This is Spurgeon's morning from morning and evening devotionals right here. And I do kind of at times take some of the words that he used from back whenever he wrote this and adjust them so that they're a little bit easier to understand. So if you are following along, there's a couple minor differences. Um, and then I'll give some comments at the end. So let's get right to it. This is a really good. They're always so good. But he always chooses really short Bible verses, which I assume is intentional. So here's today's. It is Malachi 3:6. It says, "I am the Lord; I change not, or I don't change." It's kind of doing a little Yoda thing there. It is well for us that amidst all the fickleness of life, there is one whom change cannot affect, one whose heart can never alter, and on whose brow mutability can make no furrows. All other things have changed. All things are changing. The sun itself grows dim with age. The world is waxing old. The folding up of the worn out clothing has commenced. The heavens and earth must soon pass away. They will perish. They will wax old, as does a garment. But there is one who only has immortality, of whose years there is no end, and in whose person there is no change. The delight which the mariner feels when, after having been tossed about for many days, he steps again on the solid shore. This is the satisfaction of a Christian when, amidst all the changes of his troublesome life, he rests the foot of his faith upon this truth: I am the Lord, I change not. The stability that the anchor gives the ship when it has at last obtained a hold fast is like that which the Christian's hope affords him when it fixes itself upon this glorious truth. With God is no variableness, neither shadow of turning. Whatever his attributes were of old, they are now. His power, his wisdom, his justice, his truth are alike unchanged. Let me scroll down here. He has ever been the refuge of his people, their stronghold in the day of trouble, and he is their sure helper still. He is unchanged in his love. He has loved his people with an everlasting love. He loves them now as much as he ever did, and when all earthly things shall have melted in the last inferno, his love will still wear the dew of its youth. Precious is the assurance that he changes not. The wheel of providence revolves, but its axle is eternal love. And then I'm not sure if he wrote this. It's kind of a little 4-line poem, I guess. Death and change are busy ever. Man decays and ages move, but his mercy waneth not. God is wisdom, God is love. So there you have it. So good. He's always so good. I think I read this last night just kind of in preparation, and I mean, I, I can't imagine anything more appropriate for, for today, for the age that we're living in, for this time. I mean, it just is a pretty perfect fit. It also kind of reminds me, if you know, the last battle from um, from Narnia, from C.S. Lewis, that image of all things coming to an end. So hopefully the end's not near. Maybe it wouldn't be such a bad thing. I don't know. But it does kind of give us this reminder that our world is sort of crumbling, but God is unchanging. So, I mean, and I was kind of thinking we have this polarized world. It's kind of full of like a lot of hate and destruction and delusion. So, I mean, I can't imagine like living in this world without hope in God. I imagine that would have to be extremely hard. I mean, the thought is actually kind of terrifying to not have hope, like Spurgeon's talking about, in this unchanging, immutable God. And the options are really just hope in man, which isn't looking so good these days, or just that the end comes quickly and puts us out of our misery. So both are pretty morbid options that you're left with when you take God out of the picture. Um, but thank God that he is immutable and that his love is unchanging. Even for people that are sinners in a desperate state, his love is unwavering. So next week at this time will be the day after Election Day. We're not going to get all political here. I'm not sure, what results we'll see by Wednesday. Hopefully, it's not going to be a big mess. But this is the midterm elections coming up. Go out and vote. But we can rest in this truth that Spurgeon shared from Malachi 6. I'm the Lord, I change not. Despite what happens in the U.S., despite what happens with our government, the Lord is still sovereign. The Lord is still in control. So hopefully that's encouraging to you. This was kind of like I really enjoyed this one. I think it is kind of a morbid picture, but kind of a truth that we need to deal with at times, that life is not physical life here on earth is not eternal. And thank God for that. But there's hope in the Lord. So before we go, you may not know this. I'm going to do a little plug here, but the jeffbruce.com has some t-shirts available now. I'm going to share a couple of them, wearing one of them here. Actually, I wore this yesterday. So if you saw me yesterday, I'm going to change soon. But I'm going to share a couple of them here if I can. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. So this is a Spurgeon shirt. I'm not sure if you can see what it says there. It says Spurgeon in the morning, Spurgeon in the evening. If you know the old like Sunday school song, that's what I was thinking. Jesus in the morning, Jesus in the noontime, Jesus when the sun goes down. It didn't really fit completely with Spurgeon, but anyway, I have that shirt ordered for myself. Can't wait to get it. And then another one I wanted to share with you, only because it really related to today as well. Real simple, an anchor that says hold fast. Kind of the hold fast terminology is used quite a bit in scripture. Probably the main one that you've heard before is Hebrews 10:23. Hold fast to the hope we profess, for he who has promised is faithful. Sorry, I did cheat and look at it. I should know that one. I'm terrible at knowing references to scripture. But so maybe consider supporting the Jeff Bruce with one of those t-shirts. If you go to the jeffbruce.com/shop, there's I think like 6 or 7 that are up there right now. So check these out. They make great Christmas presents, but of course you want to get your own well before that, so you can show it off and people will be like, oh, where can I get one of those? And then you can just hook them up for Christmas. So anyway, thank you for the listening to the shameless plug if you made it this far. But thanks for joining me today. Check out the new video on Friday on the Jeff Bruce on YouTube, and have a great day. So grace and peace. See you guys.